I think
You've been very successful.
Actually, a lot of truth.
But we don't have Superman presidents.
No, but we will if you have Trump. You watch.
By the way, with prisons,
I
do think we can do a lot of privatizations and private prisons. It seems to work a lot better.
I like taking people's money and then giving it to charity if they're bad people. And even if they're good people, you take the money, you give it to charity. Charity is a wonderful thing.
Take back the oil. Once you go over and take back that oil, they have nothing.
But how do you take it
back?
Right,
you have to go in. You have to go in.
With ground troops.
Well, you bomb the hell out of them, and then you encircle it, and then you go in, and you let Mobil go in, and you let our great oil companies go in.
Maybe a little bit wrong. I try and take the oil fields, but I will say I know Exxon Mobil. I know many of the great oil companies. They can get in there. They can. It's amazing how quickly they can get that stuff.
But they can't defeat these ISIS people, private companies. So you'd have to send in American ground troops, which I think you're going to have to do anyway.
Yeah, we will have to bomb, and we may have to do something, but we'll have to bomb, and we're going to have to get people in the region, or we'll have to bomb and just keep the oil. I've been saying keep the oil for years. But
okay, but in order to get...
The police in our country are not appreciated. We do not give them the kind of respect that they have to have. Sure, there'll be a bad apple, there'll be a bad thing happen, and it ends up on the news for 2 weeks and everybody hates the police. The fact is, they do an incredible job. We have to give them more authority, and we have to give them far more respect.
I hope these guys get thrown into a jail. They'll never do it again. It'll destroy their record. They'll have to explain to mom and dad why they have a police record and why they can't get a job. And you know what? I'm going to start pressing charges against all these people. Okay? And then we won't have a problem. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin somebody's life. They're probably good kids. You know, they're probably good kids. I don't want to ruin people's lives. But the only way we're going to stop this craziness is if we press charges. The people, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible. The other day I gave a speech in front of thousands of people having to do with success, and I started talking about employees. I said, you know, the worst employee is a good employee. A bad employee is fine because you fire that person right away. A great employee is phenomenal. You want to keep them and cherish them. They're fantastic. But a good employee, you never sort of fire them, but they never lead you to the next level. They just keep their job. They're sort of too good to be fired, but they're not good enough. You're never going to do great. So I always say the worst employee isn't a bad employee. It's just a good or average employee.
Do you think that Wall Street respects you?
Yeah, I think Wall Street has a lot of respect.
Call it what you like. They are certainly courting him.
Hey, fellas, these two guys head up Merrill Lynch. And by the way, speaking about your last question, they came to Florida to kiss my ass to get the work for Merrill Lynch. You have no idea the pressure that's put on me by everybody in the country. Literally, I'm getting calls from everybody. Would I use this firm? Would I use that firm? Everybody. Wall Street has a lot of respect for Trump.
I have buildings. I own the Bank of America building. Big deal. I own the Bank of America building in San Francisco. I deal with China. I have a great relationship with China.
I want to get rid of that house.
It's going to create a bit of a stir, but if we're not...
Who cares? Who cares? You know what? Who cares? It's our property. We can do what we want. We're trying to build the greatest course in the world. This house is ugly. There are some houses quite far away from the course, but nevertheless, they are in view. But we are berming some of the areas so that you don't see the houses. I don't want to see the houses. And nobody has a problem with it. I guess maybe the people that live in the houses have. I don't think Ivanka would do that inside the magazine, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop
You know what? You are sick.
I know, isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
No, how
Well, you're
terrible?
known for saying
Is that
outrageous
terrible?
things, Mr. Trump.
Who are you, Woody Allen?
You know who's one of the great beauties of the world, according to everybody, and I helped create her?
Who?
Ivanka. My daughter,
is.
Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Oh, that was Hulk Hogan creepy.
So, no, I know. So
Trump and then-wife Marla Maples appeared on the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous back in 1994. Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donna, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral, and she's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
You have said you don't want Marla to work. You actually said
No.
that on the day of the wedding, actually.
I think I'm probably mixed. I have days where I think it's great, and then I have days where if I come home and, you know, I don't want to sound too much like a chauvinist, but when I come home and dinner's not ready, I go through the roof, okay?
You know what's interesting, darling, is you take these women, these two particular women in your life, and you help them become very well known. And then when they want to act on that appeal, you seem to get upset about it.
I create stars. I love creating stars. And to a certain extent, I've done that with Ivana. To a certain extent, I've done that with Marla. And I like that.
Let me lead you from your solitude.
I mean, I've really given a lot of women great opportunity. Unfortunately, after they're a star, the fun is over for me. It's like a creation process. It's almost like creating a building. It's pretty sad.
Love me, that's all